May your pockets be heavy and your heart be light. May good luck pursue you each morning and night. May you have food and clothing, a soft pillow for your head, and may you be half hour in heaven before the devil knows you're dead. Welcome to our own little O'Connor Happy St. Patrick's Day party and sing-along. I hope you have your Guinness or harp nearby.
Irish songs are happy, funny, and sad. Some of each. Some are legendary, some are historic, and some are just plain old blarney. A common theme as well is in coming home from wherever you have roamed.
You know, today, St. Patrick's Day, everybody's a little Irish. Kev, you know there's two kinds of people in this world. The Irish and those who wish they were.
That's certainly true on St. Patrick's Day. Well, then, let's start by taking us all home to Donegal. Join with us if you know the words, and if you don't, by the third verse, you will. This lovely song was written by an Irish singer, Patsy Kavanagh, who has played in pubs all throughout Ireland, solo and with his bands.
But my heart will lead me back.
A St. Patrick's Day show wouldn't be complete without a nod to the good time in Irishman, looking for a lighter, brighter, friendlier, and merrier time in the next town, the next pub, the next space. But we want to hear you sing along on the chorus. If you don't know it yet, you will by the second chorus. It's that easy. This song is one of the most widely performed songs in Ireland ever, yet its exact origins are unknown. It is believed to be from the early 1800s.
So, forget the times of trouble, but not the truth they taught. Forget the days of sorrow, but not the strength they brought. Forget the storms you battled through, though beneath a heavy load, but not the light that led you safely down the unknown road. To the Wild Rover.
I've been a wild rover for many a year. I've spent all my money on whiskey and beer, but now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I went into an ale house I used to frequent, and I told the landlady my money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such custom is yours, I can have it any day. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I then took from my pocket 10 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She says I have whiskeys and the wines of the best, and the words that I told you were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I'll go home to my parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And when they caressed me, as oft times before, then I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. For the last time, and it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more.
We have some seriously challenged drunken clappers.
Yes, we did.
Goodness sakes. Well, I've heard it said that when Irish eyes are smiling, they're up to something. You know, smiles are something that we've really missed in this year of mask wearing. But I believe a smile starts in your heart, comes out through the eyes, before it ever hits the upturned mouth. I'm looking forward to more opportunities for full-faced smiling in the months ahead.
Absolutely.
As we greet one another in the grocery store or out on the street or hopefully at live events soon. So this is one of my very favorite Irish songs. It's a traditional tune written by Chauncey Olcott and George Graff and based on a melody by Ernest Ball. I know you know it. Sing along with me.
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. In the land of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your heart away. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. For when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your heart away.
May your neighbors respect you, trouble neglect you, the angels protect you, and heaven accept you.
Two big Irish stars, one a legend, who I have heard sing this song the most, Paddy Riley, and relatively new to the Irish pop charts, Nathan Carter, both consider this next song one of the best Irish songs ever written. And who am I to argue? The Town I Love So Well is a song written by another Irish music legend, Phil Coulter, in the 1960s about his childhood home in Derry, Northern Ireland. The first three verses are about the simple lifestyle as he grew up in Derry, while the final two verses deal with the Troubles, which started in the late 60s and lasted into the 90s, mostly in parts of Northern Ireland, and he laments on how his placid hometown had become a major military outpost plagued with violence. This is for all of you who grew up in a relatively small town and left to go to college or for other opportunities, and came back years later to visit a city that was a completely different place than the town you left.
In my memory, I will always see the town that I have loved so well, where our schools played ball by the old gas-yard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell. Going home in the rain, running up the dark lane, past the jail and down behind the fountain. Those were happy days in so many, many ways in the town I mother's roll, fed the children, and then they walked the dogs. And when times got tough, there was just about enough, but they saw it through without complaining. For deep inside was a burning pride for the town I loved so well. There was music there in that dairy air, like a language that we could all understand. I remember that day when I earned my first pay, as I played in a small pickup band. There I spent my youth, and to tell you the truth, I was sad to leave it all behind me. For there I'd learned about life, and I found me a wife in the town I loved so well. But when I returned, how my eyes had burned to see how a town could be brought to its knees by the armored cars and the bombed out bars and the gas that hangs on to every breeze. Now the army's installed by that old gas-guard wall, and that damned barbed wire gets higher and higher. With their tanks and their guns, oh my God, what have they done to the town I loved so well? Now the music's gone, but they still carry on, for their spirit's been bruised, never broken. They will not forget that their hearts are all set on tomorrow and peace once again. For what's done is done, and what's won is won, and what's lost is lost and gone forever. Well, I can only pray for a bright, brand new day for the town I loved so well. For the town I loved so well.
Let's try another song that probably everybody's heard of before. For all the jokes about the lighthearted and heavy-drinking Irish, it's the Celtic woman who often carried the burdens for the family and work that would break our backs nowadays.
This song, written in the 1880s by James Yorkston, is the official anthem of Dublin. There is even a statue of Molly Malone that was unveiled in Dublin in 1988 when they declared June 13th Molly Malone Day. Wouldn't that be amazing as a songwriter to have a statue made and a national day created for a song that you wrote?
Someday, Kev, someday.
The fictional Molly Malone lived in the 17th century. By the way, cockles, which I had never heard of before, are a type of clam. They're said to be really delicious, but a lot of work to get to, kind of like crawfish.
Okay.
In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone, as she wheeled her wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
I was a fishmonger, and sure it was no wonder, for so were me father and mother before, and we each wheeled our barrows through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
Hope y'all are singing along.
Absolutely, I can hear them.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought I could.
I heard them clapping earlier. They weren't all that good at
They
that.
weren't very good at clapping.
Well, this is a very special song about true love and tragedy. It's a true story about the Easter Rising in Dublin in 1916. It was written by Frank and Sean O'Mara, and it tells the story of Joseph Plunkett, who marries his fiancée, Grace Gifford, in jail hours before his death by a firing squad. It's another just haunting Irish melody, one that will stick with you in a pleasant way for such a sad song. Rod Stewart also recorded it and said it is his very favorite Irish song.
So young Joseph Plunkett had tuberculosis, which they called consumption back in those days, and he was so ill that they had to let him sit down to be shot. Now the crown usurped the Irish farmers' land, and then to keep the people from, down on the farm from uprising, they would literally arrest and oftentimes shoot in front of a firing squad these poor starving folk who were just sharecropping, and if they raided the landowners' gardens to pull up some last roots or snatch some corn for their starving children who were wasting away from hunger and disease, the Irish had a really, really rough history.
Yeah.
So there was a play that was written in 2014 by Paddy Gillard Bentley about Grace Gifford and Joseph Plunkett, called A Rose Upon the Blood.
I would like to see that play.
So another ballad with a very sweet and touching story.
As we gather in this chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about these last few weeks. Oh, will they say we failed? From our school days they have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my luck, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these brave men and the love for this dear land. But when Padre called me to his side down in the GBO, I had to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn as I walk out, my thoughts will be of you. And I'll write some words upon this wall so everyone will know I love so much that I could see his blood upon the rose. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. Ah, they'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love, I place this wedding
Wow. Have you got to anything a little happier?
I think the next one's a little happier. Of course, the Irish are known for their very, very tall tales. The more absurd and Guinness-spewing from laughter, the better. Written in 1969 by Pat Cooksey, this next song was originally called Paddy in the Barrel, based on a prose story told back in the 20s, which was featured in Reader's Digest in 1937. The songwriter very cleverly turned this hilarious prose story into a song made famous by the Dubliners. It is now called The Sick Note. Dear sir, I write this note to you to tell you of me plight, and at the time of writing, I am not a pretty sight. Me body is all black and blue, me face a deadly gray, and I write this note to say why Paddy's not at work today. While working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear. Now to throw them down from such a height, it was not a good idea. The foreman wasn't very pleased, he being an awkward sod. He said I had to cart them down the ladders in me hod. Now, clearing all these bricks by hand, it was so very slow. So I hoisted up a barrow and secured the rope below. But in me haste to do the job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks was heavier than me. So when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead, and clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. Well, I shot up like a rocket till to my dismay I found that halfway up I met the bloody barrel coming down. Well, the barrel broke me shoulder as to the ground it sped, and when I reached the top, I banged the pulley with me head. Well, I clung on tight through numbed shock from this almighty blow, and the barrel spilled out half the bricks 14 floors below. Now, when these bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel, and so started down once more. Still clinging tightly to the rope, I sped down towards the ground, and I landed on the broken bricks that were all scattered around. Then I lay there groaning on the ground. I thought I passed the worst, when the barrel hit the pulley wheel and the bottom burst. Well, a shower of bricks rained down on me. I hadn't got a hope. As I lay there moaning on the ground, I let go of the bloody rope. The barrel then being heavier, it started down once more and landed right across me as I lay upon the floor. Well, it broke 3 ribs and my left arm, and I can only say that I hope you understand why Paddy's not at work today. To Paddy. This is the first Irish song, other than the classics that everyone has heard, that I was exposed to back in the late 70s. My dad, Gene O'Connor, and his lovely wife, Anita, who celebrated their love for the Irish by getting married on St. Patrick's Day. Right after, Dad led the parade, the St. Patrick's Day parade, in Sedona, Arizona, dressed as a 6'3" leprechaun.
Only Gino.
Absolutely. And earlier in the day, then a few years later, they took a couple of wonderful trips to Ireland and those years, and they were blessed to enjoy a concert by the legendary Paddy Riley, who had earlier been the lead singer for the Dubliners. They were blown away by him and brought home a couple of cassettes.
A what?
A cassettes. And some of you know what that is. And I fell in love with many of those songs too, which we're doing tonight. The first of which was that beautiful "The Town I Love So Well." Well, this is the other. The history of Ireland is pretty tough. So the really sad songs are usually the historical ones, and they definitely touch your heart. This song takes place during the Great Famine, also known as the Potato Famine of the 1840s in Ireland, where year after year the potato fields would become engulfed in a fog of a parasite blight. It was written by Pete St. John.
No wonder the Irish drink.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, life was so tough.
By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they have taken you away. For his daughter Diane's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love is on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crowd, I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love's on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star fall. As a prison ship sailed out against the sky, for she'll live in hope and pray for love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love's on the wing. We have dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
So a drunk goes to court. The judge says, "You've been brought here for drinking." And the drunk says, "Great, let's get started." This traditional song, from verses originating in the 1700s, has been through many iterations and was passed from oral tradition to a global mass market by the Dubliners in 1967.
So listen to this saying. I am an Irish woman. I was born with my heart on my sleeve, a fire in my soul, and a mouth I can't control. And so here's one about a quick-witted Irish wife who gets one over on her husband.
As I went home on a Monday night, as drunk could be, well, I saw a horse outside the door where my old heart should be. So I called to the wife and I says to her, would you kindly tell to me who owns that horse outside the door where my old heart should be?
Aye, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see that's a lovely sow that me mother sent to me.
Well, many a day I traveled 100 miles or more, but a saddle on a sow, sure I never saw before. And as I went home on a Tuesday night, as drunk could be, well, I saw a coat behind the door where my old coat should be. Well, I called to me wife and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that coat behind the door where my old coat should be?
Aye, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see that's a fine old blanket that me mother sent to me.
Well, many a day I've traveled 100 miles or more, but buttons on a blanket sure I never saw before. As I went home on a Wednesday night, as drunk could be, well, I saw a pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be. Well, I called to me wife and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be?
Aye, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see that's a lovely tin whistle that me mother sent to me.
Well, many a day I traveled 100 miles or more, but tobacco in a whistle sure I never saw before.
Did you say it was Wednesday night? Ah, we said Wednesday.
And as I went home on a Thursday night, as drunk could be, well, I saw two boots beneath the bed where my old boots should be. Well, I called to me wife and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns them boots beneath the bed where my old boots should be?
Aye, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see they're two pretty geranium pups me mother sent to me.
Well, many a day I've traveled 100 miles or more, but places in geranium pots I never saw before. As I went home on a Friday night, as drunk could be, I saw a head upon the bed where my old head should be. Well, I called to me wife and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that head with you in the bed where my old head should be?
Aye, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see that's a lovely baby boy me mother sent to me.
Well, many a day I traveled 100 miles or more, but a baby boy with his whiskers on sure never saw before.
Hey, what happened to Saturday and Sunday night? It's called Seven Drunken Nights.
We only did 5 verses.
Wow.
The other 2 verses, they don't do live very often because they keep getting bodier. This is a family show after all.
That's true.
Get me off camera sometime
And ply them with a few Guinness.
with a few Guinness, and we can talk about those other verses.
My goodness.
I named my son after this next song, partly. His mother and I did. And also, after my cousin Danny, along with a few other things, who was the last of the Knight family left in Chaffee County. All four of his family died way too young, especially Danny and his brother Butch. We were all very, very close to them, but Aunt Pris and Uncle Larry also died way too young for the rest of us, you would think. But they were also the closest to my grandpa and grandma, Gilbert and Eileen Gregg. Anyway, Danny was known for being an amazing storyteller and never letting the facts get in the way of a good story. Much like my son Danny, too. I wrote this second verse. I've got a special second verse for this song in honor of my cousin Danny, and I sang this at his wonderful memorial service in the county seat of our home, Chaffee County, in Salida, where I was born and raised. Go Spartans! I sang this version of this song that day with my brothers and sister, my original partners in music, without whom I wouldn't be here doing this. This beautiful song was written by Frederick Weatherly. Here's to the global Irish favorite, Danny Boy.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the leaves are falling. 'Tis you must go, and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Oh, Danny boy, you know
Here's to you, Danny.
So many Irish blessings. Let me offer a favorite of mine. May you always walk in sunshine. May you never want for more. May Irish angels rest their wings right beside your door.
Thank you for joining us on this fine St. Patrick's Day. We'd like to end this beautiful Irish prayer turned into a song by that fine young singer Nathan Carter we mentioned earlier and John Norbert Ferry. We hope and expect you performing live next year at this time.
Heck yeah.
And I hope that you can be there. Please God, we'll meet again before too long.
Like the waves of the ocean crashing on the cliffs of Moher. The western winds are blowing all along the Galway shore. From the high walls of Derry to the rolling hills of Kerry, all across this Irish homeland, there's a welcome at the door. May the road rise to meet you, smile always greet you. May our friendship be always true and strong. And as the sun sets in the west, I wish